Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports. Dallas Cowboys taking on Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas in Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gautin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They come in after tasting defeat for the first time in about a month as their loss snapped a 4-game winning streak. Kevontae Turpin now from his end zone. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. The 6'3" QB from Central Michigan leading him out there, and that's Cooper Rush.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
They run here with Rico Dowdle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 15 yards to start their first drive of the game. CD, always more eyes on these night games, and they started it off nicely there on that run.
Yeah, and you're exactly right. Don't think for a second these players don't know and understand that. They want to impress their peers across the league. They also want to win the ball game. That's the way to get things going.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. And now as we get toward the home stretch here in the regular season, Charles, let's take a look at the list of key inactives for them in this one.
Yeah, and after almost a full season of physical games, you know you're going to have some guys missing during the final weeks of the season. Nature of how we play this sport. Every team, you've got to be prepared to handle them. And the teams that focus on handling it, focus on guys getting ready to play even if they're not starters, those are the ones that weather the storm.
That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. The Cowboys hit 9-3 here on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
To throw is Rush. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 18. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Throwing here, Rush. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
And he's going to look that one in one-handed. What a catch for the touchdown. A sensational one-handed grab in the end zone for the score. Looked like you at the Davis Turkey Bowl every year in the backyard in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, you're so kind. That's definitely in my mind. But how about this? They always tell guys going after the ball, the receivers especially, you got to have a single-minded obsession to go get it. How about going up with a single hand and making that happen? I don't know if it gets much better than what we just saw there.
Aubrey good with a PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. The Bengals make their way out on offense for the first time, led by their 5th-year quarterback out of LSU, Joe Burrow.
And when you come into the league as the #1 guy selected, a lot of hype comes with it. Sometimes that weight can be unbearable. But this young man, he took that weight on and handled it as well as you can imagine. And I love his ability to make a second, third reaction play and create downfield.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. They go play action with Burrow. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Carl Lawson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Off the play fake, here's Burrow. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal. Rush to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Tell you what, Brandon, if I see a dime look, if I see 6 defensive backs near the goal line, I'm changing to a running play every time.
And they had 6 there. Surprised he didn't audible at the line?
Very much so. I'm going to count on my offensive line in this situation against the lighter defensive back.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The first carry now. This is Williams. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. The numbers for Williams a week ago. 6 carries, 93 yards, and a score.
In a perfect world, they'd run the ball the same way they did last week, but against the #1 rush defense in the league, they're going to have to find a different way to move the ball. Maybe they start throwing it early and come back to the run.
On 2nd down, Burrow. Under pressure, and down he goes. Mozzie Smith coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Back to throw. Hits his target. That's Charlie Jones. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That's taken on the 25. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You talk about this Bengals defense.
This crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. 2nd from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft.
And it's out. He put it on the carpet.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
They run here with Dowdle.
And some room to work.
And he'll 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. They run again with Dowdle.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. They go play action with Rush. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
So on 4th down, out is Brandon Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal.
From the left hash, this from 34. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
On the return is Charlie Jones. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10.
Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter.
They'll fake the jet sweep and go play action with Burrow.
And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Micah Parsons
buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot. Sacks a growing theme in this 1st half. This is 2nd and long. Now it's Burrow. Complete to Jones. It'll be a gain of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Here we go.
Now Burrow.
This one swung out to Williams.
And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Riley Dixon now to punt it away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Dallas offense set for this next drive.
And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
55 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a gain.
Play fake. Here's Rush.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
And that is incomplete.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
Now Burrow on 1st down.
Finding Williams on the check down.
And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Caught by Jones.
And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down.
The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
That's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on 1st down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. This is caught by Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Again, it's Burrow.
And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's 2nd down now.
Now it's Burrow.
That one taken in by T. Higgins.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Field goal would have been a decent length at 55 yards. They keep the kicking unit on the sideline. They're going for it. They'll try and throw forward with Burrow.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
So a big play there on 4th, and now 1st and 10 at the 30.
Here's Burrow.
bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
To the air again, Burrow. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Got a man open, it's Chase. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Now a timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Burrow looking to pass. Throw left side complete. That's Williams. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Burrow will throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Donovan Peoples-Jones. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to boot it away, Riley Dixon.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And the Cowboys going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. 36 yards on the play. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports halftime report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin our tour out at Nissan Stadium in Nashville, where it was the visiting Jaguars who were able to come away with the road victory. Mac Jones, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Kyler Murray, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love, terrific in the victory, as his guys move their record to 9-4 on the year.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports.
And the half will begin with a touchback. the Bengal offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now. And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
On third down, Burrow. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
Here we go.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Off the draw, here's Williams. And he's got this pretty close to a first down at the Cowboys' 42. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. He'll drop this down to Williams. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, now Burrow. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Bengals first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. And they go play action now. Burrow over the middle, complete. That's Jones. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. And Burrow going to throw again. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Of the night.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. Now the Bengals will settle for 3 as the field goal unit comes on here. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick here is good. And that will knot us up at 10.
They had it first and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive. But you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein. Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Back to throw, Rush. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a first down. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Rush with it on first down. And this is going to be intercepted. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. When I saw the pressure coming at him, that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, he's got Gesicki, the big 6'5" tight end. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 12-yard line. The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give them 12 yards that time. First down. Here's Burrow. That's complete. Once again, it's Gesicki. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw again. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Cowboys are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. Tie game, 4th quarter. You're already in the red zone, well in field goal range. You can't throw a pick there.
And you know I want to give all the credit to the defenders, right? I mean, they made a play on the ball. But bottom line, you set up the situation perfectly. You've already got the field goal in the bag. You've got to make sure you take care of the football in that situation.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Battle. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The All-Pro Micah Parsons there on the tackle. 2nd and 10.
They'll set up to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Andrew Booth picks it off. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mays used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
A very solid gain of 27.
Love when the playbook comes to life and the execution is there. Man coverage on the outside. And if you like the matchup and you feel like your receiver can get the position he needs, you just throw it up there and let him do his thing. We see this a lot now with back shoulder routes and things like that. And this is a nice job to go up and get it. And they pick up a first down. And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Throwing here, Rush. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll look caught by Chase. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And that's into the hands of Gesicki. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
To throw, Burrow. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line.
Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
A running play, it's Dowdle. And this is not going to be what they needed. They get a few here, but now third down as the clock runs.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They need to make up.
And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime because neither one got an advantage today.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So it'll be the Bengals with the football here to start the overtime session as the kick is away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here taken in by Gesicki.
8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now Burrow to throw on second down. Oh, and it's intercepted.
And the Cowboys are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. He had the interception woes in regulation, and now they carry over into overtime. And on the other side, CD, all they need is a field goal to win it.
I'm glad you pointed that out, Brandon, because he has not been sharp all game long. He's been rather loose with some of his passes, and this one might cost him the ball game.
Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on second down. Rush's throw pulled in by Tolbert.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. His first catch, and it's a big one in overtime. It's a first down.
Rush working from the
It's caught. It's Cooks. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 down at the 31.
On the run, it's Dowdle.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
And that is nearly intercepted. Oh, that would have changed things here in overtime, but instead, it's just second down. They go play action with Rush.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Trey Hendrickson.
Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Here is third and quite a ways.
Now Rush. He's letting it fly for Cooks.
Oh, and that's so close to being intercepted. That could have been a big turnover in overtime if he had held on. Instead, though, it is still 4th down.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10
at their own 11. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. They find some open field here. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown.
Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick-6.
And it's plays like that one that made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf, and today that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season, defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why defending the home field is vital.
So for Dallas, it's a 10th win on the year as they move to 10-3. And they will hit the road next week to take on the